Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kyle with Grooves Reviews, and today I'm going to review Deadpool, or at least the best Deadpool movie that they came out with. Oh God, no! Get that thing away from me. Let's talk about actually Deadpool. Now Ryan Reynolds worked his ass off to get this made. It took him about 12 years after that travesty. Oh, Fox, how could you? Deadpool is one of my favorite comic book characters. He's just a smartass. He's a loudmouth. He just says exactly what's on his mind. He doesn't really give a shit who's listening or who's doing anything. This movie, he got it really, really close. He broke the fourth wall enough. He had a lot of lewd humor in it. He had a lot of adult humor in it. This movie is definitely not for kids. So, all the people that are complaining because their kid can't see this movie, shut the fuck up. It's a good movie. They can wait until they get older to watch it. Now, I'm doing this one because the second one, as you guys know, Josh Brolin, they cast him as Cable, which I think is a really good choice. I like Josh Brolin. He's done some really good movies. I still remember him in The Goonies as, the older brother. But, just the way that they did this movie was incredible. I was really, really excited when it came out. They actually have the Deadpool suit. He doesn't have fucking lasers coming out of his damn eyes. He doesn't have, swords coming out of his hands. I kind of want to burn that now, but I'm not going to because it's part of my collection. There was so much that they did right with this movie that it was absolutely phenomenal. I laughed the entire way through it from beginning to end. It was probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and I cannot wait for number 2 to come out. I like how they got Marina Baccarin to play his love interest in this movie. Ryan Reynolds did a fantastic job. I think it's kind of sad that, Hugh Jackman won't do Wolverine again because I would have loved to seen Hugh Jackman and, Ryan Reynolds team up in a movie that was not Origins. TJ Miller did a really good job, in this movie. Now, this movie is rated R. It's almost 2 hours long. Fox. It's hard to believe that Fox didn't want to make this movie. I cannot believe that they were just like, no, people don't want that. When we really did, and I can't believe it took Ryan Reynolds leaking that test footage in order for Fox to be like, oh, well, let's make it. And then it went on to make, $750 million on a $58 million budget. This, Fox, was a good investment. Good investment. Should have done it 10 years ago, but, oh well. Now, I've also got Deadpool for the PS4. Now, if you guys have a PS4, I bought this game at Walmart. It was a little under $10. I waited for it to go on sale. I wasn't going to spend, they still wanted $30 for this, and I wasn't going to spend that. Now, I really like Deadpool. This game pegs Deadpool perfectly. The person in this is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds did a really good job as Deadpool, but, he only had the one persona when Deadpool has, 5 or 6. In this, Deadpool has, about 3 or 4 personas, and they did a really good job with Deadpool. Now, the music in this is really good. The voice acting is really good. The graphics are a little bit below where we are now. Well, where we were then. This game came out a couple years ago. It originally came out on the PS3, but then they, ported it over to the PS4. It's one player. If you play through the entire thing, it'd probably take you about 7 or 8 hours. It's not a very long game, which is kind of sad. Some of the gripes that I had with it, all the enemies, besides like the main bosses, are pretty much the same. They're all clones, and they don't really change much. There might be, I think there's probably about 3 or 4 different types of enemies that you'll fight throughout the entire game. And that's about it. And then the bosses aren't as hard as I thought they would be. I would have liked harder bosses. I would have liked a longer game. I would have liked to have fought, a range of enemies, not just a few types of enemies. I like how they brought, Wolverine was in it for a little bit. Rogue was in it for a little bit. You actually get to play as her. If you guys haven't played this game, if you can find it for like $10, it's worth the $10 buy. If not, I would probably try to find it on sale somewhere. They could have done so much with the Deadpool game, and they really didn't. They just kind of slacked off, just meandered around, and then they made this. It's kind of a letdown. I'd probably give it a 6.5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, something like that. But just because I am a die-hard Deadpool fan, and that's the only reason that it is up that high. Deadpool the movie, I'll give that a 9 out of 10. Origins, I'll give that a -3 out of 10. That movie was terrible. It was garbage. We should never speak of it again. It should just be stricken from records all over the land. Like the Romans used to do back in the day. If they didn't like something, hey, there it went. It was gone. So, fuck that. Let's not talk about Origins anymore. If you guys like Deadpool, I would suggest you guys get in this game. If you guys like Deadpool, I would suggest buying the movie. Or at least renting it. If you haven't seen it, you've been living under a rock for the last, year and a half. So, get out. Wipe the moss off. Go see the damn movie. It was phenomenal. It's an incredible movie. The game was subpar. It's not what I expected out of a Deadpool game. I expected a hell of a lot more. And they just did not deliver on what I wanted. Hopefully, if they make another one, they will live up to what the Deadpool name actually is. And they'll give us something better. And I'm hoping that Deadpool 2 is better than the first one, because that would be incredible. I love Deadpool. He's a great character. And that's all I have for today. So I will see you guys next time. This is Kyle.